You're right, I'm Matthew, and welcome back to Chelsea's Guided to Glory. In today's episode, we are going to round out the first season with Chelsea here. We've got our last two Premier League games. First up, we have Manchester City, and we follow that by going to Everton. Both games are away in this one, and ideally we will get Champions League football through this, which was our goal from the start of the season. So let's get into the video. And today we are going to start off with a new contract for our young French defensive midfielder slash centre-back Pierre-Emmanuel Ekwalimbe. He has got a new contract until 2023. It's nice to get him tied down for a little bit, so we could use him in the future or sell him on. And following up, we have Ian Maatsen, the Dutch left-back, has also signed a new contract with us. He is in the same situation as Ekwalimbe, maybe for the future, maybe just to sell on for higher value. Now we've got the Premier Division Goal of the Month award, and that has gone to Callum Hudson-Odoi. And we haven't really got many awards this season, which is disappointing. And we've got a first professional contract for the new-gen goalkeeper Andy Jackson here. It's nice he will be our first new-gen to get a professional contract in this game as well. So between the last episode and now, we have gone on a complete unbeaten run. We have taken 3 points from every single game possible since that Liverpool game you watched last episode. And we look at the competitions, that does leave us in 4th place in the league. Obviously, we've been knocked out of the Champions League, FA Cup. We won the Super Cup and Carabao Cup earlier on in the season. But I believe if we win this match and Wolves lose this match, we are in the Champions League. That's it. And that's all we need to do. So we're starting this match off with the team of Kepa, Zuma, Tomori, Azpilicueta, and Alonso, Kovacic, Jorginho, Willian, Barkley, Jesus Corona, and Michy Batshuayi up front, as Tammy Abraham has got an injury and is going to be out in the last couple of games of this season, which is a bit disappointing. But Batshuayi's not a bad option to come in place of him. Batshuayi has scored a bit when he's come on, but now we are starting the match against Manchester City, and Manchester City have a very scary team, and I mean their only real weakness is their defence. I mean, they've got both John Stones and Aymeric Laporte fit for this match, but pretty much they're their only two proper centre-backs, and Man City have a highlight here, but we have come away with the ball, and Batshuayi's running forward, he's cut inside, and he has somehow not managed to get that past the goalkeeper, and it's gone out for a corner, and the corner has come to nothing. But Man City have a throw-in now to Gundogan, and back to Rodri, and it's all the way back to Ederson in goal. And Everton is one of their new signings, and he has come away with it. It's hit across to the other side of the pitch with João Cancelo, and Jesus Corona has given away a penalty here. So Manchester City have the chance to go 1-0 up. Sergio Aguero has scored here, and that is a disappointing start to the game. 39th goal of the season for Aguero as well. He is an elite striker, absolutely. I believe he's top scorer in the Premier League with about 25 goals, I think. And that's a good scoring tally in the league, 39 in all competitions. And City, I believe, have done reasonably well in all competitions. They've got through a few rounds in everything. I mean, obviously we defeated them in the Carabao Cup, but in the FA Cup and in the Champions League, I believe they have got through quite far. And yeah, 1-0 down in the first half. I mean, I can't say we go into the Etihad expecting to get a win here, but it'd be nice if we can get something out of this game, because Champions League is what we are trying to get, and Wolves are still a threat for that spot. So it's a difficult situation for us, being in 4th place with the chance to to lose our place still. But Everton picks up the ball to Rodri in midfield. Gundogan over the top to Everton again. Everton slipped it into Gabriel Jesus, and Manchester City have gone 2-0 up against us now. And this is it's quite funny that Everton's playing well against us here, because if we do poorly in the next game, we can say that Everton has got the better of us twice. Firstly, in player form under the Brazilian winger from Manchester City, who's still playing in Brazil in real life, and then from the team. But ideally, that won't happen. And we got a throw in here for Man City. De Bruyne to João Cancelo, back to the goalkeeper. Laporte now, hitting it forward, but we pick it up. Kovacic to Zuma, and Zuma's hit it up the pitch, but Zinchenko has dispossessed him. And Aguero's through again, and that has gone out wide for a goal kick. But 2-0 down at half-time is not the best. It's not catastrophic. We could come back from this, but at this point against Manchester City, it's unlikely that we'd come back from this. And I mean, we have a decent team, but Manchester City very much have a better team than us. We've got some quality players. We've got some reasonable players. We definitely need to do some work in the transfer window, which will be the next episode we have on this channel. It will be a transfer special. But now, just after half-time, we've got Batshuayi running up the left-hand side of the pitch, Barkley in the middle, Kovacic now, Jorginho out to Azpilicueta on the right, Willian picks it up, and Willian can cross in, and Michy Batshuayi has managed to fumble his way through, and he's managed to score the goal. Willian will get the assist for that one, and we are back in the game at 2-1 down, with still over half an hour to go. So if we keep up this scoring performance in the second half, we could get back level, and taking a point out of this game I'd be extremely happy with, as realistically we're not the better team, we're not the favourites for the bout. Also seems like one of City's players, Zinchenko, the left back, has picked up an injury here, as Nicolas Otamendi has been brought on at right back, surprisingly, for João Cancelo. I'm slightly concerned about that for Man City, because I believe they still have Kyle Walker as well. So it's a bit of a surprising change if that's the case. But we are going to make our first substitution of the match here, and we are bringing on Antonio Rudiger for Kurt Zouma now, because Zuma has not played the best game of his life. He's been the worst of our defenders in this match, and he's not really brought anything to the game today. But then again, the majority of our players haven't, and it's, I mean, we still have the chance to get back into this game, but I think it's unlikely City are dominating the stats. Although we have drawn closer in the second half to the stats of Manchester City. There's Max Alonso pick up a yellow card here, and I think we are going to make another substitution now. And coming off at this time, I'm not sure who I cannot quite remember who I brought off. Seems like I brought off Marcus Alonso for Josh Kimmich and moved out Azpilicueta to the left-hand side. Kimmich really hasn't played much of a part since we brought him in January, as Azpilicueta has managed to hold down that right-back position quite well, as Man City have bring on Taylor Harwood-Bells in this match, which is it's surprising. He's one of their young players, I believe, one of the prospects for the future. And to me, it seems like Man City might have some sort of injury problem, or they just don't have enough depth. They might have sold a few players, as we're bringing on Ruben Loftus-Cheek now, and this is his first appearance all season. I mean, he's been back from injury for a little while, but this was the first time I decided to bring him off the bench. And Man City are on the attack again now. We've got Jesus, who is through, and it's gone right over the top, and Willian will pick it up on the other side of the pitch, and it's hit forward, and Corona's through with it. Batshuayi gets it back, and Barkley's running through the middle. The shot's blocked, but Barkley gets the rebound, and we go 2-2 inside the last 10 minutes of the match, and this is a very, very promising performance from our players, not giving up the fight to try and get points in this match. Ederson was so close to getting it away from him as well, but Barkley just pushed through and managed to get us 2-2 again. And now we've got Kepa with a free kick here. But Man City's defence pick it up with John Stones, De Bruyne now, Gundogan moving it forward. We've got Aymeric Laporte running up the left back position here, and Everton's through, and Kepa makes a good save there, and it goes out for a corner for Manchester City now. De Bruyne on the corner, whips it in, Everton will run it down, and De Bruyne gets it back now. And that has gone out for a throw-in. And the throw will be taken by Nicolas Otamendi. Aguero's through now, and we managed to clear it away. But 2-2 draw is a very good result for us, I believe, as Cesar Azpilicueta, I believe, has just got his 19th yellow card of the season. Sorry, as Phil Foden has come on for Kevin De Bruyne here. But oh my God, I did not see that happening. Jesus Corona has somehow managed to get himself through. We see as Azpilicueta is on the right back position here. Oh, and John Stones has made a terrible mistake there. His clearance has gone straight to Corona, who is through and managed to first time hit that. And it looks as if we have caught City off guard, and we are going to win this match, which it's an amazing performance by our team after being 2-0 down in the first half. But City are attacking in here, and they're in the box, and Aguero's shot saved by Kepa, and City are on an attack again in the final few seconds of the game here, and Corona dispossesses City. Tomori picks it up, Loftus-Cheek, but City get it back. It's hit forward, we get it back again, and it just seems to be a short battle in the midfield now. And this should have been the end of the game. We should have finished by now. Azpilicueta's taking the throw-in. We're just passing it between us, it seems now. We are on the attack. We got a shot away as we go into the 97th minute now. And that is full time. And in the end, the stats were very, very similar. And you know what? I am really, really impressed by that performance. That was an extremely good comeback from our team. They showed the passion and fight that we needed to do to get into this sort of position, and that will move us up into third as well in the Premier League table, and I believe that confirms us Champions League, unless I'm not quite sure how it works. I think it's unless an English team wins the Champions League that isn't already in the Champions League positions. I think that's how it works. But here we see we go into the Everton match, and largely unchanged team. Rudiger's come in for N'Golo Kante. Kimmich has come in for the suspended Cesar Azpilicueta at right back. And we've got N'Golo Kante coming in midfield for Kovacic. And now we're going into the pre-match team talk and the tunnel interviews. But Everton realistically is a team we are favourites against. However, it's the last game of the season. Anything could happen. We've got our Champions League spot, and that's all we needed really. We just needed to get top four, and that was our result. And maybe we try and build on that in the second season. We'll see what transfers we do in the next episode, which I'm sure will be a big help in seeing how well we can do in the next season. But if you look at Everton's team here, you do see that they've got a couple of our old players that we sold to him. Both Pedro and Olivier Giroud are in the Everton squad today. Everton have a good team. They've got a selection of players, especially now they've bought our two senior players here. But we've got an attack here, and it's gone in the back of the net. but Michy Batshuayi is offside, unfortunately, and he is very offside. There is no arguing that one. The linesman absolutely could see that he was miles offside there. But yeah, Everton have a good looking team. They seem to they have a team that could they could challenge for top four finishes. I think a lot of these players, I'd say, are very very good. The likes of obviously Giroud and Pedro, who we've sold to him, but Richarlison. I mean, Alex Iwobi on the game, maybe not in real life, but Alex Iwobi on the game is good. Gomez in midfield is a positive player. Luca Dean, Jibril Sidibe, the wing backs. Maybe the defence needs a little bolstering. Michael Keane and Mason Holgate aren't the best, as we see another highlight here. Max Alonso has it. Back to Tomori. All the way back to Kepa in goal. Who's been our out-and-out only goalkeeper for the majority of this season, really. Caballero has decreased a lot, to the point where most games he's not even getting on the bench. Jamie Cumming, our under-23 goalkeeper, is usually the man on the bench, as he is today. Caballero's just had a proper fall from grace, which means we will have to bring a goalkeeper in the transfer window. I think that's my first priority, to get a goalkeeper that can play. I don't really know if it'll be a new first choice goalkeeper or it'll be a backup goalkeeper. But regardless, it'll be a goalkeeper good enough that if one of them's playing badly, I can swap the other one in. Which I do with the rest of the team, obviously. But Caballero's so terrible that this season I just decided I was going to go solely with Kepa as a first choice and not use Caballero since about October, I think. Obviously, we had him in reserve. We didn't try and sell him. We had him in reserve in case Kepa got injured at all. As we see, Michael Keane's just got injured in this match. In the second half here, we've got 30 minutes to go, and no one's really looked like we're gonna have a breakthrough in this one. Everton have got a couple of yellow cards. Yeah, there's not much going on really at the moment. Just Yerry Mina's come on for Michael Keane so far, and we are bringing on Callum Hudson-Odoi for Jesus Corona here. And Jesus Corona, he was a transfer that I was advised to do. He showed up as the best left wing option on the game. To bring in, obviously, his arrival ended up in me selling Pedro. But it's a bit disappointing. He's not turned out great at all. Gradually throughout the season, his average rating his ability has decreased rapidly. He came in as a 4-star player, and at the end of the season, he's 2.5 star. Which is disappointing, and he's got no room to grow really as well, even though he has played a significant amount of football. But we've brought on Ruben Loftus-Cheek at striker here because we don't have Tammy Abraham. We've only got Batshuayi as a first team striker really, and we didn't have any young strikers on the bench. So I decided I'll bring on Loftus-Cheek as the striker. Because there's no reason not to really. We also see Everton have brought on a couple more very good players in Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Bernard. I really like Calvert-Lewin in real life. I think he's a very good prospect. And I think Gareth Southgate would be mad not to try and include him in the England squad in the near future, because I really think he's a goal-scoring striker. I mean, being a Chelsea fan, I do like Tammy Abraham, but I don't quite think he's as good a potential player as Calvert-Lewin is. So I think Gareth Southgate really needs to accept Calvert-Lewin into his squad to just test out with the first team for England. And if he doesn't, I mean, so be it. We have other strikers, but I mean, Harry Kane's always going to be in the team. But I think Calvert-Lewin should be second choice. But we see that is the end of that match, and we've drawn 0-0. And if we see here, if we'd have won that match, we'd have got second place in the league. So it's kind of disappointing. But it seems like all the players already feel like they're going on holiday. Marcus Alonso, man of the match there, but it's not a particularly great average rating. But that will see us 4th place. We have Champions League football. We won 2 competitions this season. We've got to build on this next season. Try and get maybe the FA Cup win for the next season. Could be our primary goal. But that will be the end of this episode. If you liked it, please like, comment and subscribe with notifications on. In the next episode it will be a transfer special, which should be enjoyable. We'll do the first real summer transfer window. But that is all from me from now, and cheers for watching, and goodbye.